Hey everyone, Kyle here from Wealthy Affiliate. Today I want to discuss images and how to not only find images for your website, but how to incorporate them into your website. This is a topic that creates a lot of confusion, and there's a lot of different opinions on what sort of images you're allowed to use and which ones you're not. So I'm going to add some clarity to the situation and kind of give you some insight as to the approach I take with images and some of the sites that I use to find images and some other creative ways that you can use to come up with images for your website. So I'm going to be walking you through the process, and this is going to be an image related walkthrough here, and I think you're going to find it's quite helpful. Here I am on my website, and you can see that I've incorporated a couple images here. Some of you are probably asking how I'm allowed to use a branded image like this, or where I found this image over here. And there definitely are ways you can get images through purchasing them. But personally, if you have a site of any size, it's going to be quite expensive. In particular within the startup stages to be purchasing images for everything that you need, especially if you have 3 or 4 images for every post that you're creating on your website. So because of this, I tend to suggest, and I do myself, I go off and I use sources of images out there that allow you to use their images on your website, and there's no repercussions for using them. And one of the main ones is sxc.hu. I'll leave that below the link below the video, but this is a stock exchange website, and they have a lot of royalty-free images that you can use on your website, and you can search on them pretty much within any niche. I'll just give you an example here. I'll just say foods, and just to give you an example because that's kind of related to my topic here. But you can see there's a bunch of things that come up related to food. If I wanted to be more specific and type in something like raspberries, I could do that and see if there's anything. See, there's pictures of raspberries here, and then I could go over here and I could click the download button and download this image, or you can read the image license there if you like. But and then you can you can grab images from this website and utilize them. You could also control right click save image as, and save these images as well. It will give you the options over here. Some of this images on this website are actually paid. It's kind of hidden in the text over here, but if it says usage royalty free, it's completely fine to use on your website, and that's as long as you're not actually selling the images to other people. So that's one site I use. Another one I do use is you've probably all heard of wikipedia.org. It's basically an online encyclopedia, for those of you that do not know, that's been contributed to by hundreds of thousands of people all over the world. But they have what's called Wikimedia Commons, and it's basically a branch of Wikipedia. And that's Wikimedia, not Wikipedia. A lot of people get that confused. But basically, it's the same sort of thing. These are royalty-free images, and there's a database of 18,119,409 freely usable media files to which anyone can contribute and utilize within this website. You can read the highlights of this program over here. But again, there's a lot of images. So if I type in food, I'll do the same searches just to give you an idea of how the site works. I typed in food and a spoon with a cereal bread. I get lots of different stuff here, and they're a bit more organized. And then you can be more specific. I'll try raspberries, and so here's raspberries up here, and raspberries in art, raspberry tarts. Like, they have a bunch of different things. Here's raspberry fields. And then I could do raspberry in art. Here's a bunch of different raspberries within art pictures, and raspberry pies. I could do, there's a whole bunch of different things here that I could then go off and use on my website. I can go over here, and then you can see size of the preview, and you can click the image to get the full image, and then you can right click and save again, copy image URL or save image as, and then use that on your website. Another thing you can do is take screen captures of these images, which is completely legit as well. So if you're on an Apple, it's Apple key Shift and 4 all at once, and you can copy an image like that as well. So I could copy that for my website. So that's another wonderful site that I use, and it's got a ton of different images in pretty much every category you imagine. So regardless of your niche, you're likely going to find a lot of different options here as well. So I also want to explain one other way to come up with images, and I'm going to be discussing that in the next section here. And then I also want to show you it's not really a trick, but something that everyone has, that they can leverage for images as well. So a lot of you are within niches where you're going to be doing product reviews, and you're going to be walking through people through processes of how to do things online and how to accomplish things. And one way to capture images is through screenshots or screen captures. And there's a couple of easy ways in which you can do this. If you're on an Apple, as I mentioned earlier, you can press the Apple button, Shift and 4, and take screenshots of anything you want. So if I wanted to take a screenshot of my website here, this is just for an example, but say I was doing a review on a product website and I wanted to have a screen capture of the actual sales page or something, I could just do that and capture the screenshot, and then this just automatically goes to my desktop. I have it set up to go to my desktop, and then I have that image for use at a later date. Another thing that you can do is go to this website. It's called Droplr.com, and this is a website that allows you to take screenshots. So if you register, it's free for your free to download, and basically it allows you to take screen captures as well. It will take a little bit of understanding on how to do this, but there are a lot of tutorials out there. So if you're running a Windows, you can use this program as well. Another program that I like on Windows, if you're taking screen captures, is called Snagit, and if you just do a search in Google, you'll come up with it, the very first one. And they have a trial typically, and you can test out that program as well. Yeah, they have a free trial, so I think it's a 30-day trial, and that's a wonderful program. And I use that one on my Windows computer, and it's great. But it is paid. I think it's about $50 for the full license. So that's another program you want to use. But screen captures can be powerful. You can't take screen captures of a copyrighted image and assume that now that you've taken a screen capture of it, it's yours. But you can take screen captures of I could take a screen capture of the search results here, and emphasize, explain, say I'm explaining Google search and how it works. I could use that screen capture within the actual page of content, and it's very descriptive using screenshots because you're walking people through a process. So that's screenshots. And I also sometimes I'll take an image like this on Wikipedia or Wikimedia Commons, and I'll just take a screenshot and say I just want these cells here. I could take that and use it on my website as well, where I could grab the whole raspberry or whatever I wanted really, because I can have the screen capture functionality. So that's basically a walkthrough of the screen captures. And I wanted to mention one more way you can capture images in a very easy way, and something that most people don't think about. So everyone has a smartphone, but a lot of people fail to use it within their marketing campaigns, and it's a brilliant way to get images on your website. For example, my website is related to diet and weight loss. I could not only leverage pictures of myself if I wanted to, I could leverage any type of food picture, any type of weight loss product. Here's an example of a picture I took the other day with my smartphone, and it's just it's a tray full of fruit essentially. And I could talk about a blog post on the benefits of eating natural fruit or eating fruit with the skin on, or whatever I wanted. But then I could leverage my own image that I actually own. So you can get images on pretty much anything. Like I could go to the grocery store and get an image of any product that I wanted that the grocery store held, just taking a picture with my smartphone. I could go to a supplement store and take pictures of all that stuff. I could go to a gym and take pictures of equipment. I could take pictures of, take pictures working out, of weights, of whatever I wanted. So, everyone has a camera these days, and if you utilize that camera to your benefit, and when you're out and about and you have your camera with you and you see stuff that is related to your niche, take pictures of it. The example of someone that I know that they're in the electronics niche, and anytime they need an image or product images for that particular brand that they're doing a review on, or researching, or writing a promotion for, they head off to the local Best Buy store or the local electronics store, and they take a few pictures of the product, and they also take a picture of the product with themselves in the picture, showing that they do have product knowledge, and they have researched the product themselves. So that can be an effective way to incorporate images in your site, and to capture images on pretty much anything that you want. So no one really has an excuse not to be able to utilize images. You have your phone, you have screen captures, and you have all the commons and the royalty-free websites. So that's a bunch of different things you can do to come up with images. And before I leave, I want to show you how you can incorporate images into your website efficiently and easily. So here I am within the WordPress editor for a particular blog post. Pages are exactly the same. And what you're going to want to do is choose the location in which you want to insert your image. So if I wanted to insert my image to the right over here, I'd probably put my cursor over there. If I wanted to put it in the center below this, I'd probably create a space and just have the cursor there. And then we'll insert it. And if I wanted to put it at the bottom here or to the left of this, I would have the cursor there. So basically what we want to do is we want to initially choose the position that our image is going to go. So I'm just going to give you an example here. The image might not be all that relevant, but I'm just going to add an image right here under high fiber foods, this section on my website. And then what I want to do is I've chosen the location of it here, and then I want to click the Add Media button right here. So this is how you add videos and images and audio. So I want to click this, and I'm going to select the file from my computer. It's also going to show you past images that you've uploaded to your website. So if you want to choose an existing image to use, you can find them here. But I want to choose a brand new image that I have just taken a screenshot for. So I'm going to come here and click Select Files. And then I'm going to choose the image that I want to add to my website. So I'm just going to choose Raspberry. And so this is going to upload. This takes a second here. And I'm going to put the title, Raspberry high fiber food, and alt text, I'm just going to put raspberry high fiber food. So what I've done here, this is the title of the image. So this is going to be the title .png. So it's going to replace the screenshot when it saves to my WordPress images. So you want to put dashes between your word, and ideally you want to use your keyword within the title, that a keyword that you kind of want to target, because remember, these do get ranked within Google as well. So if you take a screenshot, or you have your own image, or whatever you do, use a relevant title, because people do search for images and you can actually get traffic that way. So alt text is when people mouse over the image on your website. It pops up a little bit of text relating to it, and that's the text that I use. So I want it to be relevant to the subject that I'm talking about. So raspberry high fiber food, I use there. And then the location of the image. So I want to insert this image to the right, and the media, I don't want it to link to anything. Typically you can link it to a custom URL. You can link it to the media file, which will open the image in the full size, or you can just not link it to anything, or you can link it to another page on your website. So I typically have none, or I send people from an image to an external URL. It's kind of up to you what you do. A lot of people have small images that they like to open up full screen, so they would choose the media file itself. So that's just kind of an overview of that. And then the size, I don't want it too big because it's being inserted in my content. If it was going to be centered in the screen, I'd probably choose 640 by 410. And full size, depending on the size of it, it's a lot of the time it's going to be too big. 1402 by 900 is going to be far too big for your website. For inside your content, 540 to 600 is usually as big as you want to go. For a small image to the side, you want usually around 300 or so, 2 to 300, and as a tiny little image you want 150 or less. So I'm going to choose medium and to the right, and then I'm going to click insert into post, and there you go. You can see the image there, and this is actually a relevant image. Raspberries are a high fiber food. I don't know if you didn't need to know that information, but this is going to work out well on my site. And then I'm just going to show you, I'm going to click update here, and we'll just go and have a look at this image now that I've uploaded it. So scroll down, and there's my image of raspberries, and I've showed you where I found that, and I've showed you the process of uploading that image to the website. So that's basically an overview of images. You don't need to make it more confusing or stressful than it needs to be. There are a lot of websites out there that do provide royalty-free images, and you can use screen captures, and you can also use images that you take from your phone, because you have full rights to those images as well. So I hope you enjoyed this overview, and if you have any questions or comments about it, do leave it in the comments below this video. Thanks a lot.